Liverpool look like they're in the mood today.
I don't know why it's doing that.
I don't know either.
It's way out of my hands, this, because I'm not streaming it from my side. I don't know.
We are live, but it's not showing right. It's not showing anything. I don't know. We're live. We're live.
Yeah, we're live.
We're live.
All right, we're live. Okay. Sorry, folks. If you've just tuned in, welcome to our live watch along. And the game has begun. That's just because me, Seb, Luke, and Joe had to get our COVID test just done, and we told those people to hurry up. We've got a big game on our hands, as you can see. There's a social distancing going on between us four, and the game has got underway. And Joe, we haven't really heard from you yet, my friend. And are you nervous?
Not really. I probably should be, but after the recent results. But now I'm quite optimistic. We normally do okay away to Spurs, and we've had a fairly bright start so far in this game. 2 minutes in, so I'm quite happy. Quite happy so far. I think as long as we don't lose tonight, and if we get the win, we're closing the gap again. On the likes of United, City, and 1 minute. Oh, balls. 1-0 down already. That's me splitting the
No!
Oh dear.
So I was just saying how confident I am and how we were playing well, and then we go a goal behind.
So 1-0 to Spurs. Who scored?
Heung-min Son. Ball play through the massive gap between the two Liverpool centre backs. Yeah. Ball play through. Have you seen it? The ball plays through. I think it's Ndombele in midfield, and Henderson and Matip steps up. Henderson holds back. Little one to it's Son back to Kane. Kane plays it through. He's miles onside, comes through, and smashes a left-footed shot past Alisson at his near post.
Near post on the ground. Yeah.
They're checking for possible offside, and I think it's just staying on. So it's Trent Alexander-Arnold's arm that's playing him on.
I want to highlight how the midfield three of Tottenham could be really important to breaking down Liverpool and breaking through these lines. And obviously, it's easy for me to say that afterwards when Liverpool when it's just happened in the first 2 minutes. But it's the midfield controlling it for Spurs, breaking through those two.
Sorry, Seb, it's a smidgen of his heel. He could be offside.
Yes, go on, VAR. But
if they give it offside, I do feel to Tottenham it's incredibly harsh.
Now, so I've just seen the goal.
It's offside, yeah, but it's one of those tight ones, isn't it?
It's offside. They've called it out. They ruled it out.
Oh, blimey, what a game we've already had.
Played in your favour.
Are we going to say Liverpool, or are we not going to go there?
Oh, you know what? That's tight, that.
That is the tightest I feel for Spurs. They're not.
Is it by a whisker?
That's not the closest one I've seen this season, I don't think. I think Mane's against Everton is even closer than that one.
Oh yeah, that one was the disgrace.
Look who is keeping him nearly onside. It's Trent. How many times does Trent have to step below his defenders before knowing that that's not how you defend? You're keeping some sort of banana shape where the fullbacks have got to be a bit ahead of the centre backs. Not like Trent where he keeps dropping behind both centre backs. How does he not get that at this point?
There's probably the worst form I've seen him in.
Henderson's going to sit back. Oh, sorry. Henderson's going to sit back a little bit more because he's not used to playing that position. And I remember reading about it in Robbo's book that he wrote, Andy Robertson's book, where he said that in the games in the Club World Cup when he played in the semi-finals centre back, there was issues because he was sitting back and Robbo had to sit back himself because Henderson wasn't comfortable with the full-back going forward. And I wonder if that's part of the issue tonight. Trent's not even had a thought there. Oh, hang on. You know what I mean? And he stayed too far back. And actually, for once, Henderson stepped up. Jamie Vigorian is just texted saying that's a pathetic offside.
Now, I've seen worse this season. There's been worse than that this season. That's been a relatively obvious one by VAR standards, but there's been worse.
Obvious, he's like a micrometer offside. Luke goes, it's obvious. That's clear. That was clear.
Obvious. Some of them, like the City goal against Villa.
I get what you mean. Yeah, I City against Villa.
Yeah, like that one was definitely offside, but it was given as onside. So
the City Villa one's a bit different, isn't it? It's not because he looks offside or it might be a millimeter. It's because the rule is not clear when a phase of play is ended. So that's a different one. But yeah, how many offsides have been ruled out this season because of VAR. I know we get more goals because we get more penalties.
105.
Interesting. But I know we get more goals because of penalties. I think you are. Jamie.
I don't think it's 105. I won't be surprised if it's something like 20, something like that.
Joe, what minute are you on?
6.
What, 6 on the dot?
No, 6:40.
I'm at 6 on the dot, so
I'm a minute behind. Jeez. A minute behind. Just watching.
That way you're on time with the clock that we've got for our stream. We've got some consistency. Firmino there, I don't. He's not got a lot of support there when he's going forward, has he?
No.
I don't know.
No, not at the moment, no.
I wouldn't be too confident because you do miss a lot of Henderson in midfield when he can't provide balls cross field for players. Like Burnley the other day, I was looking at multiple clips where you want someone to spread the ball like Henderson does, but no one would do it. And it's hard to break down Burnley, who stay so tight. And I guess Tottenham will try and do the same tonight and stay really tight. Don't know what that was from Son. What did Son do there? Did he try shooting from his own half there?
It looks like Thiago Alcantara is the furthest forward out the Liverpool midfield today, which is interesting.
Which is good.
I don't like that. I mentioned this to you. I've always thought he's better when he's played in the deepest midfield role and he can play out from there. When he's further forward, playing these shorter passes that aren't exactly through balls and trying to bring the ball forward, I don't think that's his forte. But it does look like it's Wijnaldum who's sitting in there.
Yeah, Wijnaldum in the 6. I think Milner's a good choice to have in this game because he's one of those tough players.
He'll work to try and shut down Tottenham's midfield. You want someone who can try and stop Hojbjerg and Ndombele being really active, and even Sissoko for that matter. So a Milner makes sense. Whereas a Keita, you'd really worry for Liverpool's midfield if Keita were playing tonight.
Sorry,
for example.
Who's that?
He's hugging the treatment table at the moment.
Yeah, let's not talk about him.
If you've just tuned in, do give us a subscribe. We've reached 310 on Let's Talk Sport, which is good to see, and we always appreciate your support. So let us know your thoughts in the live chat page as well. Who you think is going to win tonight? Early good start for Spurs, nearly until it was ruled offside.
And put a comment in the chat if you want to ask us any questions.
Let off.
Like ask Luke, what does he look like without a beard? I've still wondered that.
I don't know either.
The answer
I'm still wondering what Joe would be like without a beard.
Well,
it's all natural, that.
Me without a beard. I'd like to know what I look like with one. Come on, Thiago.
Wait.
Firmino's gone down there. Nah, never going to be a penalty, is it?
He was looking for one. Actually, I haven't got the game
I don't know
up
whether
yet. I've been focusing
on
Oh, go on. Sorry, go on, Joe.
I wondered if it was more a case of him throwing himself towards the ball than actually going down under Dier's challenge. You know what I mean? With that one. But Rodon's grabbing his face here. I think it was from Mane. Shot Mane blasted a shot into his face. He could have just ducked out of the way and let it go in. You know, would have been nice.
Yes. And also one thing I've noticed about Spurs recently is they're easy to get at with if you cross the ball in. And I think it was Fulham and also Sheffield who managed to get goals against them by just putting it in the box and heading it. It's too easy. Now this is Liverpool's weak point, heading the ball, because they're small. But they also scored against Liverpool with a header, didn't they? So they've probably got to aim for that. Robertson, Alexander-Arnold have got to create chances tonight, otherwise Liverpool won't win, in my opinion.
It was a little bit of a tug on Firmino's shirt from Dier, but I don't think it's enough to warrant a penalty, to be honest, when being fair.
I'm watching the game, but I'm keeping an eye out when Joe goes, "We've scored!"
He's staying more on Joe's screen. That can't be given. I don't know what Firmino's doing there. Does that show a great lack of confidence in the player when he's going down so easily, trying to look for the penalty? Because he is looking for the penalty, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I think that says how unconfident.
He's not a number 9. He's a number 10. I think Thiago said he's an old school number 10.
Well, yeah, he is. I don't know
I
why.
think that's why we're in for Mbappe in the summer, but apparently.
But Mbappe's not a 9. Mbappe is far from being a 9. He's not even a 10. He's a winger
He
most
on
of
the
the time.
left.
He plays on the left, yeah, and he
Plays on the left and on the right, I think.
yeah, but he's better on the left because he can cut in on his right foot. Even though he basically just runs past the defence before he can cut in on his right foot.
There was another thing I saw on Twitter from LFC Transfer Room, apparently, that the possibility of Mbappe signing a contract extension is pretty much zero, and they might look to offload him in the summer.
It's intriguing that, but I still don't know. I'll say this one. I said this once, and I'll say it again. I don't know where or how Liverpool will pay his salary because I think he's going to demand quite a high salary.
Nike kit deal.
Still, Liverpool will have to cough up quite a hefty amount if they want him on it. They want him there, but I don't see it happening.
Selling Mo Salah because I think one of the front three is getting sold this summer.
Well, we'll have to see, won't we? I'm not convinced yet, but because I don't think the market's there. So
Right, now I've got the game up.
Bit of transfer news for you, Jamie. From
Go
your
on.
club. West Ham United have agreed a deal to take Manchester United midfielder Jesse Lingard on loan for the rest of the season. Such a young talent.
Oh, on loan. Oh, I want him gone.
Such a young talent. He should be given a chance at Old Trafford. You know, he's only 28.
Why can't they just pay the 7 million? Neil Evans has got in touch with us on our chat page and has said bench is weak tonight for us. I'd assume you're on about Liverpool.
Yeah, I think it's always
which
weak.
is a problem, isn't it, Joe? That is a problem.
It is a bit of a problem, and shout out to Neil for commenting and watching tonight. Yeah, it's a bit of a problem, our weakness, but that's the thing. We've got that many injuries at the moment that we have to field a weak bench, and unfortunately, if we're chasing the game late on, then that comes to hinder us a little bit as well. But a couple of weeks, Diogo Jota's due back, so that's a positive, and hopefully he'll be back sooner than that. But it's probably mid-February looking at. So when the likes of him returns, it'll be better. Well, there've been better forward options for Liverpool to bring off the bench.
So Harry Kane's
not 100% certain on the. Sorry.
No, sorry, I was interrupting because.
Not 100% certain who's on the bench. I'm just going to double check for that, just to see who's on the bench.
So
I know Tsimikas is on there, but
Jones, Minamino, Origi, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Phillips, Shaqiri, Tsimikas, or whatever you pronounce it, Williams and Keller.
Tsimikas. Oxlade-Chamberlain's probably the best option on that bench.
Or Minamino and Jones.
For the midfield.
Yeah, the midfield, there's options. But Thiago's currently injured.
Put defensively and forward, there's not.
I'm going to ask what Thiago was doing in that tackle there. Because he's never getting the ball.
Someone's just snapped Thiago now.
Well, this is Thiago. He's so rash with his tackles sometimes. He will get red cards some point. Because there's no need for that tackle on Harry Kane now. Obviously, I say that with my England supporter hat on.
How many points is there between Spurs and Liverpool in this game?
1.
1 point, I think.
1.
And let's not forget, it was nearly 1 point for both teams at Anfield in, November, December, until that last-minute goal from Firmino.
And then Tim Sherwood jinxed it right at the end.
Tim Sherwood. Oh, I
couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Tim.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'd trust Tim Sherwood with my keys, let alone.
Trent's done it again, where he's hit a cross over to the far side.
I can't imagine how many he's failed. I mean, I did give some statistics, but that was only for 3 games over the whole season. It must be unreal.
He's had a really poor season, he has.
Liverpool's starting to turn the screw.
Who's had a poor season?
Trent. He's had
Come on, Mane.
By his high standards, but you can think that in the young player, he's only 22. He's played over 100 games for Liverpool, so he's bound to have a dip, and this is his dip.
But it's unfortunately there are dips, and then there's been absolutely atrocious dips, aren't there?
Yeah, like even at the start of the season when the Leeds game, it was like you look too comfortable. You look a bit cocky here. The way he just headed it into his own goal because he knew it was offside. It's like you're walking around like you're a dog of bollocks. But
I never thought there'd be an attitude problem with Trent. Never thought that.
It feels like it sometimes when he swaggers around on the pitch. Sometimes, but like when he's putting in subpar performances, it's a bit like, oh dear. But the thing is, he's not got decent enough competition.
No, that's fair.
He's
Yeah,
a good young talent, but when Nico's come in, he's had in different games, and like the only game where I felt like that he was picking up form was the Wolves game. Then after the Wolves game, Trent was fit, and then it's like, see you later, Nico. We'll see you when you're playing the Aston Villa teenagers.
I wasn't that convinced about Nico Williams.
no, I thought he's been awful. Yeah.
No, I don't rate him.
He's only 19 himself, I think, but it's just he's got a lot to learn at the moment. His positioning's not particularly great.
If Trent based himself on if he didn't base himself on reputation alone, this run of games would have. I mean, most people would have written off his career if he had this run of games without having that spell before. Like if he didn't have last season and a part of the season before, and we just judged him on this season, people would have said he's not good enough to be in the Premier League.
Yeah.
See, you mentioned competition as well. I feel like with United, Solskjaer did the right thing in signing Tejes, and I think it's helped Luke Shaw a lot, and I think it's woken him up a little bit. And look at him, he's one of our best players again.
Yeah.
Firmino passing it to Salah who's offside. I mean, it's frustrating, isn't it? That Firmino can't. His decision making has become quite poor, or really poor. Yeah. Sorry.
Who was your previous option at left back to challenge you? I can't even remember.
It was Brandon Williams.
Oh yeah, he's on loan, isn't he, in Germany?
And then like Luke Shaw was like, oh, I've got a boot up my arse for a bit, and then like Williams is never the adequate competition for him.
Well, I think a big problem with Williams as well is he's right-footed, and he's a left back, which always sits weirdly with me. I always thought he'd be better at a right back, but obviously when you got Wan-Bissaka who's a similar age, then what's the point? Or similar age,
a bit like Doherty today.
Yeah, but that's because they're running thin on left backs. I mean, Reguilon must be injured, and he must have wanted to play three at the back.
Yeah, and Ben Davies is used to playing there for Wales, but that shows how much he doesn't trust Davies and Sanchez to play in the back three.
Yeah, that says a lot about Sanchez.
Is arguably where he played his best football when he was at Ajax and at certain stages under Mauricio Pochettino at Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
In case you don't know the lineups, viewers, the lineups are in the description below.
Well done, Joel Matip.
Yeah.
I forgot Matip is back. Neil Evans has also got in touch with us again. He says, Defo agree with the shout that we miss Hendo in midfield. Don't know why we have not gone with Phillips and put Millie on the bench. Bring him on later to shore it up.
How long have Liverpool fans been waiting for that midfield of Thiago, Fabinho and Henderson in midfield?
Saw it in the derby, didn't
All season.
Yeah, no, actually, yeah, they have to play in the derby. I can say that, but
yeah.
I mentioned this 2 or 3 times to you. Like, I'm not impressed with Thiago in that 8 role, and I don't like Fabinho in it either. So I think they have to play 2 in the centre defensive midfield role and 1 number 10 if they were to have Thiago and Fabinho in that team together. I don't think it works with them 2 in a 3 midfield. No, go ahead.
4-2-3-1.
Yeah, that's the only thing I could see working with Firmino and Thiago. I can't see it any other way, and then I don't see Henderson being a number 10.
No, Henderson's not number 10.
No, of course he's not.
Number 8.
There's plenty of room for rotation.
Of course,
It's
course.
going to be interesting when that happens. It'll probably be next season when we'll see that. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting.
I know this might sound weird and might sound a bit pretentious of me saying, but I think if Klopp wants all these players to work in the system, he might do well looking at what Pirlo is doing at Juventus right now. He's cramming centre midfielders into a lineup that makes them rotate quite well and when they're moving offensively. But they've got a weirdly unbalanced shape that catches teams out. And I think it'd be interesting to see Liverpool do something like that if they want to accommodate so many midfielders and players who like playing out wide but not particularly up front. I don't know, just putting that out there.
I saw a thing
It's
about.
weird seeing Andrea Pirlo as a manager.
He's doing it's intriguing, his tactics. He tries overthinking things, but sometimes it's really quite interesting. But
He looks.
I think he overthinks it sometimes. Go on,
He always
Jamie.
looks cool. But yeah, I agree with I do agree with Seb. It's one of those appointments where it's very intriguing, but you just really want him to do well. I mean, I think he deserves a lot of time, but
He won't
it's
get
an
it.
odd one.
Why have Juventus given him a 2-year contract?
I know.
That baffles me.
It's like the whole.
It's like Tuchel getting 18 months. When you give someone a short-term contract, I think it's a big indictment of them, isn't it?
I think that's smart from Chelsea giving him an 18 months contract.
Because
So
they know he's going to
pay him out massive compensation fee. I think.
Well, they didn't have to pay a massive compensation fee for Lampard because he was one of the lowest paid managers in the Premier League.
Yeah.
How much was it?
Plus, he was on like a 2-year deal with an option for a third. So I think Chelsea must have learnt by now. I think they've got their hands burnt, like with the Conte payment package to give.
But if you're Tuchel, what have you got to gain? Because you might not be in a job in 18 months, but is he going to? He only has his reputation to hinder, I think, from this, don't you think? Because I'm not sure that Tuchel can get Chelsea a title win.
I think his contract's 18 months.
It is, yeah.
Year. So it's basically 2.5 years.
You've put a comment on YouTube, Jamie, saying scoreline predictions. What are we predicting? What is
0-0?
I am expecting a draw. But
I'm expecting it to be 1-1. Son's had a good chance on Alisson though. He's unfortunate to shoot right at him.
Offside goal.
It was Mane then to Liverpool.
Alisson.
What did you say about Alisson?
That offside goal when they showed it. I thought he was a bit slow getting down to his near post.
But Alisson's not a guy who'll get your shots from down on the ground, will he?
No.
I also saw there was a moment in this game where he tried coming out for the ball near the edge of the box, but he was a bit hesitant. I'm guessing because against Burnley it really didn't pull off. Oh yeah, Mane, great shot there. That's a good save from Lloris.
Thiago's just picked up a booking.
Yeah, because that's not a surprise. That's a good chance from Mane. A good save from Lloris, actually, it should be said. Nah, he's offside, Mane.
He's just taken out Hojbjerg. I think that's a bit of revenge for the tackle from Hojbjerg a couple of minutes later.
Yeah, if this match ends without Hojbjerg and Thiago getting a booking, then it's not a real football match, is it?
You should put some money on that.
Yeah, that's the kind of booking you can bet on. Thiago, Hojbjerg, and Luke Shaw to get cards. You'll always win. Yeah, he's really late on Hojbjerg, isn't he? He's really late. Of course, it's a yellow. But he could have got a yellow for the tackle from behind on Harry Kane earlier in the half. He's got to be careful. I've mentioned this as well. He's got to be careful.
Go, Mo, go. No.
Why is he slide tackling on the edge of Tottenham's box? Why is he doing that?
Yeah, I've just watched that Thiago yellow card.
It's stupid. It's stupid. I think he must think, in England it's not a yellow card, and just follow that cliche.
You'll probably be seeing now why I said go Mo go, no Mo no, because he was
I'm getting
looked like he was through.
It did. Oh, he just takes a bad touch, doesn't he? It's really Mo Salah's game, isn't it? That if he takes a bad touch, then it's almost like the game goes for him.
Yeah.
He can't come back from it.
Oh, it's too predictable then with the ball.
Oh, I'm intrigued as well. How many crosses has Alexander-Arnold failed today?
No.
I think he's got to get back on the training pitch.
I got a question for Neil. If you're still watching, what did you think of the offside call? Obviously, Neil's a referee himself, so he'll probably have an opinion on it.
Oh, you know Neil?
Yeah.
Joe knows everyone.
Joe knows everyone. Sorry.
I know a lot of people.
I can't believe I questioned it.
Go.
We always question you,
That's
Seb.
good
You,
words.
Sebastian, false.
You have to.
You have to. Napoli are already 2-0 up against Spezia in the
Yeah, so
Coppa Italia.
so Napoli against Lazio. Atlanta. Atlanta won.
I was gonna say
Sorry, that Lazio kit. I've got to get.
like
I've got
a
to
fish.
get. I've got to get a Lazio kit like that. That was beautiful. That purple. Not purple. That. What is it? Like
we might
yellow
have to
green.
share it at half time.
Oh, I'm gonna share that because
get a
that was
picture
beautiful.
I'll send you. I'll get it now. I'll send you it for half time. It is.
I've got it here.
All right.
I sent you it yesterday.
I know, but I'm just.
Sent you in big capitals. That Lazio kit, sexy.
Yeah. Then I responded with full stops as well.
I've not seen it.
Oh, it's stunning.
It's beautiful.
I love the kits in Italy.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I've got a friend of mine his family come from Torino. Not Torino, what am I saying? Turin. So he's a big Juventus fan, and last year I was speaking to him about the shirt that they had last season where it was half white, half black.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he didn't like it one bit. Yeah, I loved it, but he said that Juventus shirts should just be stripes, not this whole changing it thing.
Yeah, but it's modern. It's modern. It's modern design, isn't it? And I like the way Italy do it. Like Inter's shirt this season with the zigzags.
Oh, so good, isn't it?
That's
so good.
One I've got to get a hold of.
I had Inter shirt last year. I got Inter shirt last year where it was like the stripes, and then halfway down it's like six. The stripes are a different angle, and it's stripes again.
See, I wasn't that fussed about the home shirt last season. The away black one I really liked, but.
You got the away black one, didn't you, with Ericsson?
Yeah, I did. I should have worn it the other night when he scored.
A lot of people questioning the goalkeeper with that goal.
No,
because he's standing quite far to his left.
It was so obvious where he was going as well, wasn't it?
Because he doesn't get it in the corner; he gets it just a bit more centrally, Ericsson. So there were questions raised about the goalkeeper. I thought after the night the goalkeeper had, it was a bit unfair.
Oh, Joe Neal's responded to you.
Tottenham look comfortable. They look comfortable with this three in midfield. I like it.
More of the ball. I thought it'd be Liverpool on the ball and Spurs hitting them on the counter.
Do you want me to read it for you, Joe?
Go on then, yeah, please.
Neil Evans says it was offside as he collected the ball first time. What concerns me is that length of time given for VAR and not correctly added on 3 minutes for that. I agree. I mean, VAR, I'll say this now, I am open to it if it gets better, but it just takes too long.
Yeah, there was this idea not too long ago before VAR was introduced to make sure that matches are 60 minutes long, right? Where they stop the clock every time there's a cut in play. I don't know if you remember this. I thought that was a bit of a silly idea because otherwise matches will last forever. When you go through ice hockey matches, which are supposed to be 3 times 20 minutes, it lasts 3 hours all in total when you get stoppages and all that. So I'm not a big fan of it. If you add on stoppages every time, you'll constantly have 50 minutes of stoppage time, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So it's similar to how Tottenham scored against Sheffield the other week, but it just didn't come off because Alisson's a more competent goalkeeper. Sorry, Joe.
It's okay. I didn't realise the audio was breaking up, so I didn't realise you were still talking, so sorry about that. Yeah, I think Neil's assessment's spot on there.
But do you want to add 15 all these minutes on at the end? I get that it's too long. It's too long, VAR. That's fine. But would you add them on at the end, all the minutes that keep accumulating from VAR? Imagine if it were like World Cup 2018 again. That'd be amazing. Or just every second they go into VAR for a decision. That's farcical.
I think it needs to be quicker. Definitely needs to be quicker. Harder. They didn't need to take 3 minutes to decide that was offside. You can see on the first.
Yeah.
The one rule I hate now is even if it's pretty obvious that it's offside, the linesmen have to keep the flag down. It's like, oh, come on.
Well, Sean Massey was criticised the other day for having raised the flag and the West Brom players stopped.
I just feel like football rules didn't need to be touched, and it's just got worse. Like last night, the I know I'm a United fan, but how did De Gea? I mean, how did the Sheffield United first goal get allowed? Especially with the technology we have to check that out. De Gea completely got pushed when it was happening. That's just. But then the referee says Maguire was a foul when yet he's going for. Oh, it's just. I think I completely agree with what Seb texted me during the game, which was you either disallow both or you give both.
Yeah.
Which I think if you want to be consistent, you give Maguire's goal because it's actually not that bad compared to the Sheffield United
I think
goal.
Sheffield United's goal is even more of a foul because Billy Sharp budges into the back of Alisson, not Alisson, sorry, De Gea. So it's even more obvious.
And he's nowhere near the ball, is he?
Whereas Ramsdale tries getting the ball above Maguire's head, and
but it's
a bit of a collision.
It's no excuse when the referees have got every resource that they needed.
Oh yeah,
for that.
Completely
they've got
agree.
plenty of people in that office who are just eating crisps while watching the game and waiting for a call from the
Not everyone
referee
eats crisps like you, Jamie.
Well, I'm just assuming that they are.
Might be a donut. We don't know what snack they've eaten.
It could be, or it could be Oreos. There are different biscuits out there. Darren Hughes has got in touch and he says, I understand the frustration with the flag staying down for so long after offside, but if the ref let the play continue after the Maguire foul, then VAR could have checked the Martial goal.
So why don't we just eliminate linesmen?
Kane, both Kane
I don't
and
see
Dier
the point
are
of a
down at the
linesman
moment.
anymore. I don't see the point of a linesman at all at the moment.
Just
they're being.
They give him throw-ins. They give throw-ins, Jamie. They give throw-ins.
Oh, right.
Around it.
So that was Mane tackling on Dier in his own box, right?
Mane was looking like he was going for the ball.
Yeah, but it seemed like a bit of a foul on the defender.
Actually, while Darren's there, if any of you folks who are on our channel right now do give Darren Hughes' reaction to last night's United defeat a watch, it's a very good one, and I think I pretty much agree with everything he said.
I'm not happy with Jose Mourinho getting out of his technical area there. That's a big no-no.
He's done his ankle again, Harry Kane. He looks like the
He's
same
done
one
it
he did
twice, He's done it twice.
I thought you were going to say Mourinho then. He's done his ankle going outside the technical area.
It is a foul from Mane. It's a foul.
Yeah.
Oh, Mane nearly.
Yeah.
I think they should have a rule where I think the coaches should wear like a tag, and then if they step out their technical area whilst the match is going on, they get a little electric shock, little ankle tag.
It looks like Harry Kane falls on it by himself there, doesn't it? It's definitely not Henderson who fouls him. If anything, Harry Kane more fouls Henderson, but it's nothing. So he's fallen over himself, which is worrying. If it's the second ankle injury of a match, then he's probably going to have to come off.
Well, I'm sure it's the same ankle he injured not that long ago, and he was out for...
Jose Mourinho's face says it all.
He's like,
me having him as my captain of my fantasy football team this week says it all as well. Good.
Yeah, he's injured both his ankles in the past, Harry Kane, and he's been out for long periods with both of them, so it makes you wonder whether he's still got the weakness there.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh my god!
I've only just started to read the story of Sanchez and Edin Dzeko.
Oh yeah, the SWAT deal.
Yeah, I like the look of that.
Well, I mentioned this to you lot, the Dzeko-Sancho deal. Dzeko's fallen out with Fonseca at Roma, and Sanchez earns way too much at Inter. It works both ways, because Inter need to reduce their wages, and well, it seems like Dzeko wants to leave now. So I said, why didn't Man City go in for Dzeko, because it'd be a great focal point for him.
He was going to go. I thought he was linked to City.
Yeah, but also Southampton have put in a surprise offer.
What for who?
Dzeko, according to Saints Marching, which I believe is a Saints blog.
I'm surprised that the new American owners are getting behind Fonseca before they're getting behind Dzeko, because it sounded like Fonseca was in big danger with his job at Roma. So that just puts their confidence in him, doesn't it? Ooh, Alisson nearly was outside his area when he grabbed the ball there. I think they've seen a weakness in Alisson coming outside his goal. Try and exploit that, and he'll make one silly mistake.
If he's doing that more because he doesn't trust the central defenders in front of him.
I don't think he does. How can you when they're not central defenders?
Well, apart from Matip, who's like a chocolate teapot.
Yes.
Gangly giraffe. I still laugh at Matip last week.
A draft that had to be tested.
I had to laugh last week in the Burnley game when his reaction to the yellow card in half time or something, when there was the challenge one. I think it was Firmino, and Matip walks over and goes like, "Oh," to the Burnley player with his hands like that, going, "Why?" It's just the way he did it. He just went,
"Oh, good tackle, Rodon."
I know this is a bit random, but one of my favourite things I've seen recently is that kid answering her door, and it's just Son outside with an Amazon box.
Yeah.
I've not seen that. I've not even heard of it.
100%
It's just it's so green screen, but I love it. I love stuff like that. It's a typical Seb True shit posting.
No. Mine is a lot more meta than just than that.
It's when the dad's like, "I'll be there in a minute." I was thinking, the kid should shout "Son's at me door."
I just love it how Klopp is there as well in one of them, and it's just that smile. I'd be like, you know what, you could deliver this post every day.
I'll be like, "Come on in, have a cup of tea."
Ooh,
I think you're
easy for Alisson.
You see, the problem is, Joe, you have to be realistic, because Klopp would actually say to you, "I'd love to, but Amazon, if I stay at your house for even 10 minutes, Amazon are going to sack me because of the poor conditions of how they work our leagues."
Take it in a go.
It's because the Liverpool players are in such poor condition, aren't they? Wink at maybe what other companies do with their employees. I won't cite who.
I will say this. I'm sure when Klopp got his new pairs of glasses, it was meant to be in a very small box, but instead the box was bigger than a snooker table. Knowing Amazon Prime's packaging.
Protection.
I'm sure the way they package items up, it's just the person who does it just goes, "I'm not going to go to the other side of the warehouse to get the right box. I'm just
they're getting rid of boxes at that point. They say, "Oh, I've got another big box to get rid of." I'm curious. Trent gets on my nerves. His positioning is always awful.
He is a central midfielder. He is a central midfielder at right back.
But I'm not convinced with this argument either, because if you look at Trent, he's very good at going forward, but is he good at coming back, going to the side? I don't know enough, and that's what you need to do when you're a midfielder. You need to have the game all around you. Your forwards in front of you, your defenders behind you. You've got players everywhere, whereas defenders like to probably step back and just have the game in front of them. I know for myself, I always loved passing like a midfielder, but then as soon as I went into midfield, couldn't do it. Absolutely lost. Just couldn't. So I had to be in defence where I could stay back and see the whole game. And I guess Trent might be similar. Obviously, I'm not comparing myself to Trent, but I'm just comparing the situation as similar.
Seb, I am Sebastian Drew's agent, so if you are looking for a defender, do contact me at Jamie O. Davies on Twitter.
I'm not at all like Trent.
Hang on, it's a text from John W. Henry. Can you play centre back?
I'm very defensive minded.
They are quite desperate at the moment.
Do they need a libero?
Do they need a libero?
No, I said a libero.
Bring in the Nando's.
I said a libero. It's a sweeper.
Oh, I thought you said a deliverio.
I'm a sweeper.
It's a text from Jürgen asking, "Can you play centre back?" And John W. Henry says, "What's your fee?"
Not great. I'm not great with the highlines. Highlines I hate. I've got to be playing right outside of a box or nothing.
Oh, right across the face of goal. Nobody in there.
Not really any clear-cut chances in this game, are there?
No, it's quite even.
Yeah, I think this game's going to end in a 1-1 draw. I can see that coming.
No, Seb, it's going to end up in a 0-0 draw. I want to see
I'm being hopeful here, Luke.
If Liverpool don't score again tonight, regardless of the result, that's just really, really bad.
Well, that's how many games in 2021 where they don't score.
Things go around saying, "Oh, Liverpool missed Buvac," and I'm like, Buvac left like 2 years ago.
Buvac?
We improved once he left.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I thought if anything, it was better.
His nickname was the Brain. It
was like Buvac didn't like the fact how close Pep Linders was, and the fact like apparently Klopp wanted the change to be a little bit more defensive, but Buvac wanted to be more expansive.
Can we all just admire how brilliant it is to watch either Bergwijn or Ndombele dribble?
I thought you said Jamie Bergwijn then. I was like, when you said Bergwijn, I was like, what? I did not know
There is
that.
a montage to be done there. You know I love using Photoshop for that stuff.
Oh, yes.
Tottenham are trying to exploit Liverpool's right-back position, but Liverpool aren't trying to exploit Tottenham's, which I also find weird. If you look at all the goals that Tottenham have conceded recently, they've all come from Tottenham's right-hand side, yet Liverpool are still emphasising on,
And Trent, yeah.
they're emphasising on trying to get to Salah and on that right side. In all fairness, it isn't Region tonight, so it should be exploited when it is someone like Doherty.
Mane played through, hits a shot and stinging save by Hugo Lloris to tip it away. My problem with Salah at the moment is the fact that I find him too predictable.
Yeah.
The sense that he always wants to cut in on that left foot. He never goes down onto his right. I know he scored his first goal at Old Trafford on Sunday on his right, but if he can help it, he doesn't go on his right hand side.
But this is what I think about Salah generally. His decision making can be really poor.
He's one of Europe's best forwards. When he's on it.
Yeah, of course, you can't stop him. But then when he's not on it, he just makes bad decisions after bad decisions. That is a good shot from Mane there. I'm on the Mane shot now.
I think I'd sell him.
Who'd you sell him to?
He came out with that interview. Like, he's not been, like, apart from that United game, he's not really been on it since it came out with that AS interview. And I'm a bit like, God, you hard-pick your timings, don't you?
But I have some deadwood in my garage and I want to sell it. I mean, no one's going to buy it. You've got to think about that aspect too. It's great saying that you can sell it.
For some deadwood.
I'll get it sent over, Jamie. It's an analogy, but it still stands.
And then you hear like clubs like Madrid, like their debt's gone up.
Madrid can't afford him. Madrid cannot afford him. Madrid cannot fork out more than. I wouldn't even think they could fork out 80 million euros for him.
I honestly think come the summer, we'll have a similar transfer window as January.
I don't think a lot will happen.
I don't think a lot will happen. I can't see how it would change.
Last year there was probably more optimism that the financial situation will recover. Now I think there's less so. Because it's lasting longer than we'd expected. So who's to say that next summer won't be also another COVID hit summer?
If clubs were smart, they should have done the financial records for if we didn't get any fans for the whole of this season.
But that's not how business works, is it?
It's not how fans are coming back for at any point this season. Like, I was surprised when they came back when they did, but I'd be shocked if they came back before the end of the season.
But it's safe speculating, and that's not what a football club is. None of the speculation that goes on in football is safe. It's all risky business.
Football club should have done this is what happens when we will have fans, or this is what happens if it continues with no fans.
I guess there would have been some sort of business plan in place if fans weren't to come back this season. But they're still looking to make up for it in the long term. There's still, I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of the business of football, but I guess they would have foreseen something similar.
Yeah, did you
hear
about
that? There's loads of big businesses out there that are trying to foresee things, and they just can't do. They don't know what's going to happen next week, let alone in 6 months.
How can if you're not sure that in the next few transfer windows people are going to be able to buy? How can you safely invest in your asset, which is, say, for instance, FSG investing in Liverpool?
Yeah.
If you don't know if you can sell Salah in the next 2 or 3 transfer windows, and then by that time he's over 30, running down the contract. There are multiple factors that say that investing right now heavily into Liverpool FC would be dangerous for FSG.
This whole thing of Liverpool and Mbappe needs to stop because it's not happening.
I don't think it's happening. I don't think it is.
I just don't know how.
It's getting more and more likely because the only 2 clubs that are going to be in for him are Real Madrid and us.
Yeah, but we're probably also in unprecedented times soon.
Do you have the money? I don't think you do. It's at least 120 million, surely.
Oh, you think he goes for free? You think he goes for free? PSG will not allow that.
Which means he's got to go this summer. Which is I know PSG going, we want 140 million. You're not going to get that for him because Kylian Mbappe's going to go sell me or else I'm walking.
So we've got a comment saying, what were your thoughts on Tottenham's Route 1 approach to the last 10 minutes? Is Jose utilising the midfield? How would you attack the Liverpool team? I've mentioned it before and I'll mention it again. You've got to exploit the right-hand side, and Tottenham are trying to spread it across field to get across that right-hand side, and it's not working every time. I reckon you just try and get it to Doherty, and from there try and build onto and putting pressure onto Arnold, but they're not doing it, so I'm not too sure. I like the way Tottenham are controlling the midfield in stages. I think it's intriguing, but it's Harry Kane. It seems a bit injured for my liking, so if they could get Gareth Bale on, maybe that'd be more interesting. If he's fully fit. I don't know. I'm not sure how Tottenham can really attack this Liverpool team. I'm not sure. I think they're hoping that they'll get one chance and it'll go in.
Yeah. Like that Son offside goal at the very beginning.
Long balls. They're trying that to get Alisson out of his goal and make a mistake.
Oh
no, Joe! Don't say that Tottenham have won 1-0 up.
No, they haven't. It's a ball put in and Trent goes and fouls for Spurs, man. I'm thinking it's stupid foul.
I'm shocked he's not been pulled out the firing line. But I think it's a case of who you get the.
This was in the Tottenham box.
I was reading before, lads, that the National League clubs across all 3 divisions are being offered the chance to decide what happens to the rest of their season on Monday.
Wouldn't you just do points per game? Because I just do points per game. Why don't you do it again?
It's a bit
it's
weird.
Too hard to call.
It's a bit weird though, because you've got National League North and South suspended until February 5th, and then National League to continue. But I just don't understand the real difference of all that. I feel like all 3 of them should have been suspended, but I don't know. The problem is it's down to finances. But I'm sure I read that £10 million has gone back in to the National League again from the government.
Yeah, 10 million.
I mean, I'm confused that the government are doing their bit, but yet they think of suspending it. I don't get it.
Yeah, I think.
Yes.
And I'm guessing that Liverpool have got a goal.
Cheers, Joe.
Yes.
Who scored?
Bobby Firmino, who loves a goal against Tottenham.
Loves a goal against Spurs. Please say it's offside.
Goal across to the left-hand side, ball across the box, and there's Bobby Firmino to tap in from a couple of yards out. All stems from our own half. Is Mane onside? Yes. I believe he is played onside.
He's been pushing his luck with the offsides today. He's trying to make clever runs, but it's a good ball to Mane.
Onside,
I don't. The communication is lacking.
Onside.
The communication between Lloris and Dier is lacking. I mean, Tottenham players are all looking at each other. Well, they're looking at the linesman.
Big shout out to Joe Rodon, because I think he's been probably the best out of the back 3 for me. Well, apart from when I've seen this goal now.
I haven't been too.
Woo! Get in.
Yeah, it looks
Dier just
onside,
called ball watching.
It's Davies who's keeping him onside. And yeah, Dier, I don't know, he's not attacking it, and neither is Lloris, and that just opens up the route for Firmino to go right in. From 5 yards out, taps in.
Dier, if you want to win the league,
maybe have a tantrum on the touchline.
Even closer. It's good for Mane. Mane does well. The ball's good into him. It's the spaces that they should have been looking for before. And I said that a goal should be coming from Tottenham's right hand side, and a goal comes from Tottenham's right hand side.
If you want to win the league, Eric Dier is not your defender. He's not your guy. He's not your big leader. So
it's half time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Half time it is.
1-0.
Half
Tottenham
time.
Hotspur 0, Liverpool
you must
1.
stop that clock.
We're getting there, Jamie. We're getting there.
By the way, that second half time I've been exporting is still exporting.
Stop the count.
Stop the count.
Stop the count. Okay, so it's a loan and not a grant to be shared by all clubs. I'm guessing that's talked about the National League. What are your thoughts on the first half?
For me, it's been what I'd expect. Like cagey. It's been a cagey game. It's been very few opportunities. But luckily Liverpool took them on right at the death, which would probably make Jurgen Klopp's half-time team talk a lot easier. But yeah, it's had a bit of some hairy moments with Alisson and stuff like that. But it'll be more of the same second half, I think. Maybe Spurs will come out and try and attack Liverpool. They should be going down Trent's side because, yet again, where's Trent? Because he's been poor again. But yeah, it's going to be another cagey second half.
I'd worry if I was Spurs because usually, if I remember rightly, for instance, against Fulham, against West Ham, other matches, they're usually better in the first half and they completely crumble in the second half. Well, the first half they're currently losing, and that's the first goal in the league that Liverpool have scored in 2021. Let it be said.
It's been poor, yeah.
And usually, again, Tottenham's home form this season is quite good. They've only dropped points against Newcastle, West Ham, Leicester, and Fulham. They've played a lot of games at home, just so it be said as well. I don't know if Harry Kane doesn't look really in the match either. I'm not too convinced he's fully fit. He fell down multiple times with an ankle injury. I don't know whether it's wise to keep him on. But this long ball that Spurs are trying, they're just hoping that it'll work once, and once will be enough, and they'll get a goal. Liverpool, on the other hand, they're getting in better positions than usually. They're at least getting in behind the Tottenham defence. They're creating some sort of chances. They're using their brain a bit to get round Tottenham's defence. It's better from Liverpool. This is better than the other matches.
I much prefer Thiago. I know this is going to wind you up, Sabio, but I much preferred when Thiago was pushing up higher. I felt like he got in the game a lot more when he was pushing up. For me,
maybe. I don't think he's had. For me, he's not had the biggest impact on this game, but
no, yeah, but I do feel like he's going to end up getting sent off.
Yes, you fear because
get reined in.
So
half time.
He's committed 3 fouls already, and I think 2 of them were quite risque.
Yeah.
If you look at the ground duels he's won 2 out of the 5 that he's gone in for. None of the aerial duels that he's gone in for.
Nature calls.
That's Jamie's sandwiches coming up.
Yeah, that's the cue for he's getting food.
Yeah.
Now Liverpool.
I thought it was all about Firmino, the way it went through Firmino in the first half. I thought he's a bit more central to their play, even if he didn't make the right decisions sometimes. It kind of almost went all through him. So that's a good thing to see that he's getting back on the ball in those spaces ahead in front of the defence.
Liverpool go up to 4th if results stay the same. 2 points behind Leicester, 3 behind United, and then 4 behind City.
It's also important
to go 7 when City play Everton in their game in hand.
It's also important just to keep Tottenham away from breathing down their necks, because Tottenham are 1 point behind it going into this match, and with a game in hand as well. So yeah, it's important to get a win against Tottenham. But Liverpool's away form, as we all know, it's been terrible, and they've probably got away with some results away from home. I think notably against Fulham, against Man City, against Aston Villa, they lost, didn't they?
No, let's not talk about Villa, please.
But see, away from home, the performances haven't even been there, even if they've got some points. So they can take positives from this at the moment. But for me, Trent is still not doing it.
Won't be surprised if in the second half we see Trent pulled off and one of the midfield lads like Ox or Shaqiri put on and Milner played right back. Shifted into right back as the game goes on, because I think if Spurs are still a goal down or concede another goal in the second half early on, I can see Spurs really, they're going to have to come out, aren't they? They're going to have to really go at Liverpool and all guns blazing and try and get something out of it.
Yeah,
our best performance this season for me was Leicester at home, and Milner played right back. Well, our better home performances was Milner at right back against Leicester.
Probably, yeah.
So I'd like Liverpool to actually get a right back in the summer.
Oh, those are big words there. Those are big words.
I'd like us to, just because you need competition. And so far, Trent's got no competition. He knows near enough he can drop a stinker every other week, and he's not going to get dropped, which I think is a massive issue. I feel like he does need a recognised right back to go, right, I'm going to push you, not like Nico Williams. For me,
but then again, where do you prioritise the funds? Because there aren't going to be unlimited funds, are there?
No,
It's not going to
they've
happen.
got to be savvy with their money. But for me,
So
we
you're saying 4 players? What you saying, 4 players in the summer then? A right back, a centre back, a Wijnaldum replacement, and then a forward.
Yeah. Well, it depends.
That's
Well,
a lot.
Well, the thing is, I'm expecting Milner to leave in the summer. Wijnaldum will go. We've been linked with Basuma and Renato Sanchez to replace Wijnaldum.
I've been saying this for about a
I'd
year or
definitely-
two now, that Basuma is a really good player. And any club would be good any club would do well to get him. And I said that everyone should get him last summer, but I think people ridiculed me. But he's proving me right. At least sometimes when I say some players are decent, they are.
I think Liverpool will go and get Renato Sanchez, I think, because apparently we were linked with him for 17 million, and Lille need the money. So it would be surprising if we go after Botman and Sanchez and Renato Sanchez in the summer. Because I do feel like Liverpool are going to have a mini clear out. To be honest, I think they're going to try and get rid of as much of the squad deadwood as possible. I feel like Ox might leave, Keita might leave.
I don't think Ox will leave. I don't think Ox will leave because he's a player that Klopp rates highly despite his injuries. Keita's got a big 6 months. Shaqiri's probably going in the summer because he's been someone that we've been open to the possibility of selling for the last 3 windows. Origi's out the door.
So hold on.
I'm not sure.
So has Keita got another 6 months? Has he got another 6 months to prove himself before he gets?
That's what I think. I think he's got to the end of the season to prove himself. This isn't anything I know for sure. This is just like an opinion thing. But
I saw a thing.
What I believe.
Yeah, sorry.
What I've heard from people, he's got a couple of months left. Got to the end of the season to prove himself, and if we can get a decent enough offer, we might sell him.
I saw something that when Liverpool were talking to Dortmund about Sancho, Dortmund asked about Keita, and Liverpool went, no, he's too integral to our plans, which may be a little bit worrisome. You're going to try and build our new look midfield around a guy that can barely stay fit. If Dortmund were like, oh, we'll take Naby Keita off you with a bit of money for Sancho, I'd been like, thank you. But, yeah.
Yeah, it seems mad, doesn't it? I think Keita shouldn't. He's not done it enough, has he? And how long has he been there now? At Liverpool, 2 or 3 years?
Money that's spent. I don't think people know how much we spent on him. I think it could go up to like £60-odd million.
52 million. It's 52 million.
Because he went back on loan to Leipzig, and I remember the first match he played when he got back there on loan, he got a red card.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Brilliant. And then from there on, that season was just atrocious for him. Seemed like as soon as he signed that Liverpool deal, it was the old Naby Keita was gone.
But like, I bet he goes somewhere and then he balls out. But like sometimes sometimes the club and the player just don't fit together, and maybe that might be the case with Keita.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just might not fit for us.
Yeah, I'd like to see him try in a. I don't know why, but when you see the type of player he is, you'd think that a midfield 3 like Liverpool play would be perfect, where he can just almost free roam it a bit ahead of the other 2 centre defensive midfielders, but it doesn't work, and I don't know why. Maybe just try and keep him in a deeper role in 2 midfield. Maybe I think we've heard this multiple times in the half from me that I think Klopp should change the system. I think the 4-3-3 doesn't work anymore. He's got to try and adapt a bit, but I think Keita could do with trying a different position, maybe.
If Klopp had a number 9, like a finisher, I'd reckon he would change formation. Personally. Or if he did have another wide man, it wouldn't surprise me if he went with Salah up front or Jota up front when Jota's back.
Jota's someone who I wouldn't see as a number 9, but I think he's the most number 9 like out of all of them.
Yeah.
Or at least shown that while he's been at Liverpool.
Yeah, especially Atalanta away in the Champions League.
Yeah.
I thought that was Liverpool's best attacking performance.
Well, I think he's been brilliant every time he's played for Liverpool.
Yeah. He bailed us out.
Yeah.
Like, you can see those 7 draws. If Jota was available, you'd imagine we'd win another 3 and 4. 3 or 4 of those draws, and then we'd be...
Well, it's hard to say. It's hard to say if a young player like can keep it up for a whole season or half a season, but I think, yes, they would have probably had more points if Jota was there.
Yeah.
And also, just looking a bit at the stats, and also Harry Kane not having the greatest of hearts. No, half, sorry, not hearts. But they're not, as I mentioned, I think 1,000 times now, they've got to exploit Liverpool's right. Heung-min Son's playing out on the left, but he's actually always just stayed centrally, as well as Harry Kane. So they're not exploiting anything. And then when you look at Harry Kane's stats, I'm just going over it, he's had 15 touches, 3 passes successful out of 8. Crosses, 1 attempted, none succeeded. Long balls, 1 attempted, none succeeded. Ground duels, 1, 2 out of 4 attempted. And aerial duels, 1 out of 2 attempted, and lost possession 9 times. He's not having the greatest of halves.
I am quite surprised how quiet we've managed to keep him, despite his scintillating form this season.
I think it's also when they get long balls up to Harry Kane, you've got someone like Joel Matip who has an aerial dominance. It helps. If Fabinho instead of Joel Matip tonight, I think Harry Kane gets on the ball a lot more. But I don't think Tottenham look to get in behind. Fabinho's a lot quicker than Matip. Matip is a lot better in the air than Fabinho. They both have their strengths that complement quite well. That being said, they do have their weaknesses still in that defence.
Yeah, which won't get addressed.
No.
In the remaining days.
But as we mentioned that as well, I'm not sure who do they put on instead of Harry Kane at Tottenham? Because I think he should be taken off.
Vinicius.
It is Mora. Oh God, no! Oh God, no!
No. The other Brazilian guy that did the Mbappe celebration after smashing it.
Oh,
to the line.
Vinicius.
Vinicius Junior. Yeah, yeah.
Vinicius Junior is the one at Real Madrid, though.
Yeah, Real Madrid. As I said, Junior, I was like, what? Yeah, Vinicius. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still not sold on Vinicius. I guess it's good backup. I'm still disappointed that they've let Troy Parrott go out on loan, but
Nat Phillips coming on from James Pearce.
Interesting.
Who's going on for? That's the question.
Yeah. Do you reckon he's going to go on for Trent? Henderson moves up, Milner goes to right back. I've got a feeling that will be.
You know what? That wouldn't surprise me.
I've got a feeling that'll be the case.
Yeah.
I bet
with Phillips, you'll get a lot more speed in covering, which is important. You're okay there, Jamie? I could just see you munching your food in the corner. It's fantastic. I'm taking a screenshot.
That Phillips is coming on for who?
Have we had any more questions in the comments section?
Sorry, I'm just snapping Jamie's face there. There we go.
Shout out to everyone watching on the stream. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure to like the stream as well. Ask us questions in the chat.
Joe, is this a deserved lead, or should Spurs feel hard done by?
It's been a tight game, hasn't it? To be fair, it's been.
Liverpool still dominated every single. They've dominated everything possession stat wise. They've had more attempts on goal. They've had more possession. They've had more dangerous attacks. I can understand Spurs' plan.
Wait, Winks has come on.
Winks.
Yeah.
Winks on for Tottenham.
Okay,
and
so
Lamela.
Ooh, that's intriguing.
He's a little shithouse, Eric Lamela.
He's thinking of back at United when
and Matip has come off for Phillips.
Oh, Matip.
Matip has come off.
Oh, you're going to be kidding me! He can't be injured.
That's got to be an injury then, hasn't it?
Oh my God!
They've been managing his fitness, hence the reason why he wasn't playing at the weekend against Manchester United, because they're trying to build him back.
And then
How? Injured. He's made of biscuits. I don't trust him.
He's made of biscuits. I'm printing out of the shirt.
How, right? If this doesn't show the board, both of our centre backs are now injured, and you can play Phillips and Henderson, and you decide you still don't want to get a centre half before the end of the window. What the fuck are you doing? What the hell?
Give it to Giggsy to end the season.
Joel Matip is made of biscuits, and Joel Matip's made of biscuits, and then it's Matip's face on a digester.
Harry Kane is going to tear Nat Phillips apart.
So it's underway the second half.
Go on. Go on.
I am stunned.
How can you miss? Firmino played for a great tackle. He's pulled it back to Salah after the challenge, and Salah's blazed it over the bar. I don't know how he's done that from there. All he has to do is keep it low.
Because Salah's conversion rate isn't the greatest.
What?
I say roll let the Spurs defenders in front of him, but still, if he keeps it relatively low,
Kane's off.
Harry Kane's come off, hasn't he?
He hasn't though.
It didn't show.
Oh, it hasn't been written yet though. But he's come off, yeah.
Yeah, they haven't shown the Spurs substitutes. On the graphic, the Liverpool substitute come up on the graphics on the screen, but the Spurs one didn't for some reason.
Yeah, it hasn't come up. Rodon did well to push him out. Firmino out wide then.
Mane! Yes! And it's Trent Alexander-Arnold of all people to score Liverpool's second. Mane has a shot from the left of the box. It's pushed out by Lloris. And it drops to Alexander-Arnold, and he's teeing it off, and I'm thinking, he's not going to score, but he does. He draws it with his right foot into the far side, and Liverpool 2-0 up at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
I still haven't seen the goal. I'm getting there.
It's unbelievable.
It's poor from a. Wait, I'm still getting there.
It's first time from Trent as well. Fair play to him.
Hopefully that gives him that confidence boost, which I think he needs. He looks like a confidence player as well.
It's a good finish. It's a really good finish.
Jose Mourinho, we're all laughing at you.
He definitely needed that, didn't he?
I hope Nat Phillips has a good second half, because I've got a feeling he'll be playing against West Ham.
Yeah, Nat Phillips will be. Matip's come off injured. We think so. Phillips is on. So I'm just filling in, telling my dad what's happened at half time.
I wonder how annoyed he's going to be when you said Matip's off injured.
I think credit to Mane as well. He turns around, manages to get the shot away, does well to set it up.
Get in. That's calmed me down.
I wonder if we've had because we had a blip end of February, early March last year. I know the year where we couldn't get a run of results. It started with the Watford defeat, didn't it? And then we were cashed out the Champions League and cashed out the FA Cup. I wonder if our blip from that we had in February, March time last year it's happened in January this time.
The thing is, I hope this is now the building blocks now, because Liverpool's next run, it would not surprise me if we go on a good run now, because we win this game and
Hojbjerg for Spurs.
Any hope of a Spurs title charge will be over.
2-1 game on. Hojbjerg from range for Spurs, smashing an absolute stunner into the back of the net.
Very underrated this season. Hojbjerg. He controls that midfield for Tottenham.
One of the signings.
What did I miss?
2 goals, Jamie.
What?
No.
So Lamela gets it across to Bergwijn. I'm still quite early.
No.
Outside the box, and it's a good finish. It's a really good finish.
It's not 2-2, is it?
First time. No, it's 1-2.
Oh, Jesus. I thought the way Joe was like, there's 2 goals. I thought, oh no.
No, Jamie missed the Trent goal and now he's missed the Hojbjerg goal as well.
But why has he got space outside the box?
Yeah.
Because Bergwijn's got all the space to run into. He's got.
Yeah, that's poor.
I mean,
that is poor.
Nat Phillips has just picked up a booking as well.
Oh no, he's only just come on, hasn't he?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones that we mention. It's one of those ones that we mention as usual.
Playing Milner and Wijnaldum there.
Nat Phillips is one of those ones who does pick up bookings, doesn't he? He picked up one against Newcastle, if I'm not wrong.
Centre back, where he'll just head it and boot it.
Spurs have got the momentum now with that goal from Hojbjerg. Just when you thought they were dead and buried.
I'm not sure if Ndombele is supposed to be playing centre midfield here today or further up, because I prefer him when he's a number 10 rather than a number 8 or a 6.
Three at the back, Spurs, or have they gone to a 4?
I don't know. I think defensively sometimes they have 4 and sometimes they have 5.
No. I think they've gone to a 4. I think, yeah, because Aurier's come off.
Oh well, they could put Doherty at right back.
Yeah.
Fabinho's injured.
50th minute, Hojbjerg.
I can't believe Matip's injured again.
Well, we don't know. It's speculation. He might be tired.
He might have missed out on an Aurier.
Didn't get his half-time orange, so he's just...
Exactly.
But yeah, Klopp, I'll just...
I do apologise, I was gone for a bit, folks, but I couldn't say no to a steak slice.
Of course you can.
A steak slice?
It's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Nearly as beautiful as Seb.
I'm going red.
As in Seb when he's false. I mean, Seb right now looks awful, but when he's false, it looks so much better.
We're
Looks
all
like
allowed
Hugh
bad
Grant.
days, aren't we? We're all allowed bad days.
Not you though.
Damn it.
Pressure's high on you.
That's what happens when you've set the bar that high.
What kind of bar? Crossbar or Twix?
I like the way cite 2 bars, crossbar and Twix. You-
Actually, Twix does have 2 bars. You're right, Seb. You get 2 in a packet.
no, that's not my point. That's not my point. It'd be terrible in like Family Feud or I don't know what. And it's like, name a type of bar, Twix. Okay.
They have
That's
2
quite-
separate factories for each bar as well, don't they?
I lie.
Oh yeah, the left and the right Twix.
We saw the same thing at the opposite factory.
Yeah. They do exactly the same at the other.
So it looks like Spurs want to probably play higher up. If they put Winks on, I guess they want to see more of the ball. You don't put Winks on to go running after a midfield of, I don't know, Thiago, Wijnaldum and Milner. You want to try and get on the ball. That's what you have Winks for. So I'm guessing now it looks like
Ooh.
Spurs are playing higher up.
Thiago's got a cut on his head. Him and Rodon's clashed heads.
Ow.
Made
He
of
seemed,
glass,
to get,
this guy.
he seemed to get sandwiched between Ndombele and Rodon as they gone up for the ball.
Okay, so-
Ndombele is fine, and Rodon and Thiago are down.
And Ndombele gets fouled a lot, but he is so clumsy when he falls. It's almost done intentionally, like, oh, I'm just going to, as soon as someone tackles him, I'm just going to release all my weight onto you. That's Ndombele. Actually looks like Rodon gets the worst of it, but it's not the case.
What subs would you make for Liverpool, Joe?
What
the
subs
second
would I
half?
make? That's a difficult one.
Not a lot you can make.
I'd take
No.
Milner off at some point. Not because he's having a bad game, just because he's in his mid-30s. You're asking him to do 2 back-to-back 90s.
And
I
you'll
would
need a
have put Oxlade-Chamberlain on, but then you're running the risk
Of
of
that
being
midfield.
too open. Yeah.
Yeah.
You run the risk of having Oxlade-Chamberlain on an Oxlade-Chamberlain day.
Ooh, just seeing the clash of heads there.
Yeah, I think Rodon always backs out of headed challenges. Weirdly enough, he doesn't. He seems a bit too scared, and that was probably his downfall there.
I'm surprised he's not had more minutes this season, Rodon. Because when he made his debut against Chelsea, I thought he was the best defender.
But he did give away a cheap chance near the end that Giroud should have put away.
Oh, God, yeah.
Signed from Swansea City, wasn't he?
Yeah.
You still with us, Jamie?
Yeah, I'm tweeting.
He's tweeting. He should technically be booked, shouldn't he, Jose Mourinho, for walking out of his technical area? If you're applying the actual laws of the game.
Yeah, but they don't apply that one, do they? It's really rarely used.
I'm
If-
guys.
I
remember once doing a game where I used to do Sunday League and I was running the line one game and this manager kept walking out of his technical area and having a go at me and I turned around and told him straight to get back in his box if he wants to stay on the touchline.
Some say
Threats.
he wasn't the same after that.
But
Yeah,
Klopp's got a
definitely.
foot outside the technical area there. A foot. And I'm not talking about the unit of measurement. I'm talking about his literal foot.
Like Sarah Jessica Parker's face. That looks like a foot.
What? Okay.
Just thought I'd join in.
Sarah Jessica Parker's face looks like a foot.
I love that phrase of Family Guy.
There are many that are great.
It's just where did you get it from? Oh, you gotta love writers.
So it's Son who's playing up top, and Ndombele's trying to support in some sort of maybe wide in behind Son role. I'm not too sure what Tottenham are trying to do, but there's definitely more of an attacking threat now from them.
I'm so relying on you lot to tell me what's going on because I'm only on 54.
Yeah.
I'm on 54 too.
I'm like 54, 30. I'm just waiting for Joe's reaction. That's it. It's just Joe's reaction.
Joe's there. He's actually at the
I'm-
ground.
I'm
Yes, get in!
There you
Mo
go.
Salah, 3-1
Oh, Joe.
on the counter-attack, Mane. ball played into the box, and Salah takes the touch, cuts it to the left, which is rifles it past Hugo Lloris into the top corner at his near
Is this the
post.
result that's going to kick Liverpool back into gear, or do you think Liverpool have left themselves with too much to do to catch City?
Too much to do, I think.
On the halfway line, Dier is hugging Roberto Firmino, and Firmino seems to hold up the ball and lays it off to Thiago, who plays it to Mane on the left-hand side,
Oh, he handles
halfway through
it.
the Tottenham.
He handles it there, Firmino.
Plays it to Salah, and Salah cuts inside, and
Firmino handles it there, doesn't he? Let's be
but
honest.
he's also being fouled by Dier, so
he handles it. He handles it.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
He handles it though.
Yeah, but he's being pulled. He's being rugby tackled to the floor. So
yeah, but it doesn't. But either you give the foul or you give the handball. You don't say what, two wrongs make a right.
Oh,
what minute was that?
55.
45.
He handballs it. That in the laws of the game, that's got to be disallowed for handball, or the foul's got to be given.
But what are the rules? What?
It can't touch. It can't touch your arm there. Touches his arm there.
Hey, Joey, you need to
checking it on VAR.
It's a
It's going
handball.
to be ruled out, isn't it? 'Cause they're checking it on
it's a
VAR.
handball.
Oh, they are, aren't they?
Oh, I've just tweeted saying it's a goal.
No, you haven't.
I have. Well, no,
they haven't ruled it out just yet, and they might.
Listen to this as a stat. Liverpool are now playing their 16th different centre-back partnership in their 20th game of the season.
Oh my God, that's
Well,
crazy.
they've sent him to the monitor. They sent Martin Atkinson to the monitor. So if he uses my logic,
If he uses his head.
if he uses my logic, he'll give the goal. But if he uses
That's a handball.
That is a
I've just
handball.
seen it. Come
That's a
on.
handball.
And the contact.
Come on, that's
he
a handball.
barely tugs on Firmino.
I'll be stunned
he's
if that.
hugging him. He's hugging
Sorry,
him. You
Joe,
can't.
Yeah, he's holding his shirt, but you don't. It's not
It's the
because
way
someone's
he
holding
moves
your
his
shirt.
arm.
It's not because someone's holding your shirt that you suddenly have the right to do that with your hand and hit the ball.
He'll
It
get
doesn't-
ruled out anyway.
He'll get ruled
Let's
out.
get ruled out, Joe.
Thank goodness, because Stu Davis had him
Ruled
as
out
a,
handball.
Pardon?
that should be a wake up call to Tottenham.
And he's given a free kick to Tottenham as well on top. That's added insult to.
Yeah, I
Rubbing
think
salt into the wound.
the free kick sounds.
That is a definite free kick.
I'd give a drop ball because there's a handball and there's a foul. So just give it like in ice hockey where you have a face off. Just have a face off with the feet.
Martin Atkinson
I'm
hates
still
Liverpool.
at when he's at the monitor, so
Yeah, I think they should hide the monitor. Actually, I was going to say they should hide the monitor. The monitors look a lot more professional in the Premier League because I saw it in Holland the other day when Sittard were playing against Ajax, and they had it on this little shitty wooden table. And I just thought it was brilliant.
they probably ran out of money, so
True, but I can't remember the guy who he scored an own goal against Ajax, and he also got a red card at the end. It was the worst day he could possibly have. The striker missed a really good chance, scored an own goal, red card.
An eventful game here. 2 goals ruled out,
Yeah.
and then 3 goals scored.
oh crap, I've got to transfer this.
So technically, it should be 3-2. Is that what we're saying?
I thought 7-5 if I got my maths correct.
Yeah, 3-2. Yeah.
Jamie the mathematician.
What can I say?
No.
Well,
So-
Mourinho and Klopp are proper shouting now after that. disallowed
That's a
goal,
good.
aren't they?
That's good from Lamela, but Bergwijn again just wasting the chance, or being offside. That's a fair point.
Next time I'm gonna use your Skype, Seb, so I can watch the game.
Well, I'm behind everyone. I'm at 59-22. So
I'm at 59-40. No, 58-40.
I'm
Oh.
59-10.
so Joe's
So
on ahead of time.
I'm last. I'm last place. I'm
Yeah, we could-
Sheffield United.
We can do a ranking at the end of the night and just put a little 1 on Joe, a little 2 on me, 3 on Luke, and 4 on Jamie. I'll put the text in afterwards. That'll be good.
Who won the race?
Put a podium up of all our display captures. But I think Joe Rodon's doing okay getting into Mane. He's trying to unsettle him,
Yeah.
but they're definitely not playing with the back a back three now. There's no chance they're playing with a back three.
Four at the back. I think he's gone 4-3-3, and he's had winks.
Yeah, but it even looks like 4-2-4, doesn't it? Where you've got Lamela and Ndombele pushed up, alongside Son and Bergwijn. Bergwijn, who I don't know where he's supposed to be positioned, but then again, I say that every match he plays.
Oh, get up. As Mane looks to go through, Hojbjerg throws himself on the floor.
But it's not like Mane doesn't do it either. They all do it.
Yeah,
It's not much in
Half an hour
that.
to go.
Not much in that at all.
It has been a good game.
They're a bit more.
He does catch you a little bit, but he doesn't need to go down as if he's been shot by a sniper.
I
I think this is
did
where
see
you
the
can
red laser as well.
This is where you can see that Burnley are so much better than Tottenham at defending deep. Tottenham just throw themselves without thinking at the ball, whereas Burnley, they hold on, they keep their position very well.
But Ben Mee got a goal last night, didn't he?
Hey,
Yeah, I'm still convinced that
Burnley.
he's not left-footed. I mentioned to you in the group, I found out he was left-footed, and I didn't think he was any-footed. I'm still convinced he's not. And
He's got this Jessica Parker kind of foot.
I rewatched the game against Liverpool, and I'm still convinced he's not left-footed or right-footed. Because Tarkowski
goal just
distribution.
come in. Ajax 1, Willem 2-1.
The Dutch league, Jamie's on it.
Leicester are going to try again for Tarkowski in the summer.
He'd be 50 million, then, wouldn't he? It was West Ham who tried, isn't it?
He's got a year left on his deal, I think.
Yeah, but last year Burnley wanted 50 million. That's why he didn't go to West Ham. Yeah, but
He
there's
wants
also
it back in the England squad, and I'm thinking you've got no chance.
I think he will. I think he'll be back in the England squad. Because I'm not putting Koji in there right now. No chance.
I'm putting
no
a
chance.
shout, of Tomori might sneak it in if he.
Yeah, we mentioned
them win the Scudetto, but it's Southgate, and Southgate doesn't watch doesn't watch the England players that are playing abroad.
No, because there are a few as well in Serie A, a handful. But Tomori, we mentioned with Jamie the other night, he was brilliant the other night, I thought, even though AC Milan did lose.
How he's been treated at Chelsea, because he came in start of last season. When Liverpool played Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, I thought he was really, really good. He played a lot, and then out of nowhere, he just frozen out like that. He was just frozen out. Apparently, he got injured, and apparently he just fell out with Lampard.
But there's also, you've got to take into account that AC Milan, there's reasonable competition for that space. Kalulu has been awful when he's played, but he's still probably ahead of Tomori. Then you've got Ramoli as well, who's more a veteran. Well, he's 26, but he's more experienced than Tomori. He's 26. And then you got Kjaer, who's going to be the starter. He's the starting centre back in that role. So there's competition for Tomori, but he got on the pitch tonight. He did well.
Yeah, I saw the thing online of his tackle from Lukaku. Like Chelsea fans are wishing.
He was really. I thought he was really good the other night.
But he wouldn't start for Chelsea now anyway. When Tuchel now Tuchel's in.
Who got sent off in that game the other night?
Zlatan.
Oh, you mean at Milan? Zlatan, yeah.
It was Zlatan.
Stupid foul. Yeah.
Yeah, it was avoidable.
Diaz was going to go for the tackle anyway, so Abramovich didn't need to go in for that one. He was the one furthest behind, and also a silly yellow card.
Sadio Mane, error from Tottenham defensively. Long ball played into the box, and the Tottenham man just watches it, bounces it, and completely misses the ball, and Mane just hooks it in with his left foot.
Before you
Rodon with the error. All the praise, and now he's just made an error.
Before you put it on Twitter, Jamie, we're going to make sure it actually counts.
I was just going
Is there any doubt with this one, Joe?
It's Trent with the assist. No doubt whatsoever.
Trent with the assist. Good.
It's come
God.
off Rodon as well, actually. The Trent with the ball went in, and it bounces up. Let's just see.
I'm guessing is it a cross?
Yeah.
So that's finally a cross that he's succeeded. That goal has done him wonders.
First assist against Palace, I think.
Rodon tried to chest it down. It's come to Mane, who's just
Rodon almost does what Trent did in the Southampton game, where he tries chesting it to get away, but you don't know what he's actually thinking.
From Trent in that game. Obviously, I've not watched the goal yet. But lovely ball.
You've got to be getting there soon.
Oh, get in!
You see, against Burnley, that does not go in.
No.
But I mean, fair enough. Trent's involved in 2 goals.
Yeah.
This is what he
I
needs.
mean, the thing is, yeah, like it looks like numbers-wise, he's having a good game, but like watching him, it's not.
There is
being
still,
honest.
there's still question marks. But we're the ones all saying that he should come off at halftime. He's
Yeah.
changed the game. He's got the goal. He's got the assist.
Commentators curse, they say, don't they?
Yeah.
I guess.
This time it's not a curse though, so.
You give it a good or bad connotation. You play with the word however you want.
So to be honest,
The
he was
pundit's
probably
power.
having a better game than Dier, but seeing that now,
Dier's been diabolical.
Ha-ha.
He needs
I
a toilet break, doesn't he?
I've not put the fan noise back on, and that is my fault.
You are a disgrace.
Listen, Jamie, there's a lot to think about when you're doing this sort of thing.
Oh, believe me, I know.
And there's 4 of us now, so
That Milan derby made me do enough things. So
yeah,
much in that game, wouldn't
just if we were to do the Atalanta-Lazio game yesterday, it's just been overworked by just trying to change the scoreline every so often.
Liverpool go to 4th in the league.
Yeah, and I think Bergwijn needs to come off. I think a lot of Tottenham's forwards need to come off. They don't look like they've got any energy, which is sad.
I have to say a shout out to Ndombele because like I've just seen him spin Thiago back to Bayern Munich.
Ndombele can do that. Ndombele is fantastic with dribbling. He's probably one of the best dribblers in the league. He's so elegant. It's amazing to watch.
Like a light version of Pogba.
Well,
yeah.
He works in smaller spaces than Pogba does. Pogba has to have about a metre or 2 in front of him so that he can get the ball into there and wiggle his way around. And Ndombele does it in such small spaces that it's so elegant. Or, as Tim Shaw would say, he's there to run and get the ball.
Shows how much those type of pundits actually know about football. Considering that
I'm not going to pretend I know a lot, but I know that Ndombele is not there for that. That's just one thing I'm certain of.
And he was actually a star in the Tottenham Hotspur documentary.
Oh yes, All or Nothing.
Yeah, he wasn't
Tim
happy.
Sherwood?
He wasn't happy in his first few months.
But
Ended up being nothing.
This proves how this proves what players like maybe Pogba, who have got a similar attitude, have to do so that it can work with Jose Mourinho.
Yeah,
Get stuck in.
A key man in that sort of 10 role.
Yeah. He comes out of midfield 3 to support the strikers if it's Kane, Son, and Bergwijn, or I don't know who.
Sometimes he puts on Kane when Kane dropped deep.
He also could just produce that sort of magic in front of defences that opens them up. Even the goal against Sheffield United, that's what he's capable of. That chip is just delicious.
You see why City wanted him? City wanted him after he put in that masterclass against them when he was at Lyon.
I'd be surprised if he could fit into a Pep Guardiola system with.
Hey, Pep wanted Fred, so I'm sure he would have fitted in somewhere.
Some way, maybe, but I don't see it. I think Ndombele would have been more frustrated than anything else. I'm not saying Mourinho's not a meticulous coach, but I think he has got a lot more offensive liberties when he's with Mourinho. Mourinho, just as long as you attack, Mourinho's almost happy, whereas Guardiola has to be in a certain way. So I think he could have got probably frustrated. He couldn't have dribbled like he does now at Tottenham.
Apparently Lucas Warmer's warming up. And then
he just sat down.
Mentioned what happened when Gareth Bale came off the bench against Liverpool. Thanks, Darren. Don't want to know. That is took the European Cup away from us.
That was a great goal.
Davies took it away from us.
2 goals in the bicycle
kick.
kick.
Didn't win the Champions League that season because imagine if you won it with Karius in goal, we would have still kept him.
Don't want to think about it.
I said a week before that game as well to Joe that Karius would lose you the final.
You did.
Not a bad prediction.
I said to us that Salah would win it, and then he got his arm snapped by Ramos, and that went out the window.
So why would he want to go to Real Madrid where they broke his arm?
That's why.
It's because Ramos is leaving.
Where's Ramos going now?
Yeah, the Ramos to Liverpool rumours.
No, it's not happening. Not happening.
He goes
to PSG apparently.
I think he goes to PSG, into Miami, or maybe he goes to Spurs.
United are linked.
I said he should go to Seville.
Yeah,
Mm.
it'll probably
Then
end up. I reckon he'll have one more big move, so he can earn as much dollar as he can before he goes to Sevilla. Because I reckon that's where he'll end up.
Because it's where he's from. He's from Seville. So, I don't know. I've made that rumour up myself. Like I made the Edin Dzeko to City rumour up myself.
Everyone can make. Let's be honest. Everything's a rumor until it happens.
I saw a few City fans saying I'd take Dzeko to come in and help us win the quadruple. I thought
because he's not got a great goal scoring record this season. It's just that even Roma, you can tell he's a key focal point, which I think City would love to have. Because City aren't struggling for goals, are they? Let's be honest. They just need to get in and around the box easier.
Like striker, no focal point. Gabriel, it baffles me the Jesus thing because Jesus is City's only number 9.
And even then, I'd question if he's a number 9.
So that's why I'm a little bit worried that City are going to go in the summer.
Get Haaland.
I think Messi goes to City in the summer because that team is crying out for Messi.
But he's not a number 9.
Going that number 9 false 9 spot.
Yeah, I think he does what maybe Sterling, Torres, Foden, one of those players is trying to do at City now, but he does it so much better than them.
Yeah.
He's not a number 9 who'll stay on the last defender and then wait for the balls in behind or in the box.
You know how they were going to get around the Messi thing? So like instead of paying Messi his wages, right, they were going to give him like a percentage.
Oh Manny, what was that?
Of the City group. Do you know like City own like
all
the clubs around the world and give him like a little share?
I don't think that'd interest him.
So like he'd earn millions off of that, and plus then City could get all the merchandise, all the money, and then like they can like set up like Messi soccer schools throughout their separate clubs. So I imagine Messi earning millions, but the thing is, it's not when he plays, it's like for life.
Yeah, but he's done for life anyway.
He's done for life anyway. And he'll get money. He'll get money even when he retires.
With no wages, but you're giving him like a small stake in the City group. That's smart business. That is smart business because then you're not paying Messi 600 grand a week and like £1 million a week, and then you get around financial fair play.
True.
Spurs scored, Joe, because I saw your face go like that.
Spurs are currently in possession as I speak but they've got not Bergwijn. They've got all the attackers near Liverpool's back line, and they've got Hojbjerg and Winks staying a bit deeper. They've not got anything in between to transition there. It seems just hopefully wishing Winks puts in a good ball and then they might get on the end of it Spurs. But if not, there's no real creativity there, is there? If you think about the most creative player there, Ndombele and Lamela, they're just waiting on the Liverpool centre backs.
Oh, it's played behind him. Salah on the counter, Thiago making the run into the box, and Salah plays behind him. If he just played it in front of him, we might have seen a Thiago goal.
On the Twitter, right? We now have 0 senior centre backs fit at the football club.
That's clearly not a problem. You're winning 3-1.
Yeah. Well, the one is the thing that's hindering a bit this result, right?
Having centre backs is so overrated.
Yeah. We're going to win.
Hey, Joe said Brazilian football.
Hey, you need to get Guardiola in. He's transformed Fernandinho, Javi Martinez, Mascherano. He didn't like centre backs.
Like Liverpool had the blueprint of what not to do after winning the league and after selling a centre back. They had the blueprint.
They bought Thiago and Jota.
Yeah, because
Curtis Jones getting ready.
Get away with it for a season before they go.
What did you want them to do? Buy 5 players?
No,
he wanted them to buy Mbappe, didn't he, sir?
Oh yeah.
But that's a pipe dream.
Ooh, that pass back to Alisson. Oof.
Curtis Jones is getting ready to come on for Liverpool.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's coming on for Milner.
Or Thiago.
Could be Thiago.
Just because that headband, I'd want to.
I'm still convinced he could get a red in this. He's thrown his foot in, but he's not exactly going for the tackle, and you'd worry.
Henderson at centre back is still so weird to me.
He's actually doing well.
Yeah, like he's done Like at Southampton, did well. At this game, did well. I don't want to see him there. Like our win percentage with him not in midfield is really poor.
So Liverpool's backline now looks currently 100% English. Because let's be honest, Robertson's playing higher up than Milner.
Lying Scotsman.
He ain't a true. He's just gone up north.
Actually, you mentioned Mascherano being a defender. That was a genius move.
Yeah, especially the fact that Mascherano is like 5'8".
Yeah,
We missed him for years.
Mascherano was so good in defence.
It was a good transformation. Javi Martinez was one that he did as well at Bayern Munich. He always has one of those. He always has one of those pet projects.
Fan?
When he can
Not
run.
anymore, I'm not. I liked him a few years ago.
Yeah, because I don't think he can run 2 meters without getting tired now.
Yeah.
He's lost his
Remember
legs,
that
and
tackle
I think.
against Mönchengladbach?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So late.
Oh, it's yeah, pushing it really, and actually go further than pushing it. But he must even know himself that he's lost his legs.
Thiago's the one to make way for Curtis Jones.
I'm not surprised in that because he's on the yellow. I swear, that's like his 3rd yellow of the season or something.
This is the first match Liverpool have Thiago starting and they've won.
And then like pundits are coming out saying, "Oh, Thiago's slowing the play down. You see, he's not as good a signing as people thought he would." Like,
Hang on a minute. No, I'm sure it's the opposite.
Yeah, everyone's overhyped about Thiago.
Everyone's overhyped
I've not heard
him.
anyone say a bad word about Thiago.
Have you seen Didi Hamann?
Oh, don't start me on Dier.
Did you have a? I don't. What have you seen Didi Hamann on? I've only seen him on German TV, and he is a bit of a downer. Let's just say. What?
I've just seen stuff on Twitter of just quotes.
Yeah, he's very pessimistic.
Speaking of people talking disagreeing with people in the media, have you seen the British pundits on Frank Lampard's sacking at Chelsea?
Yeah, they're all.
I haven't.
They can't. They all
Harry
over it, aren't they?
Redknapp was like, "Oh, winning Ligue 1 is nothing special. Who says Tuchel's going to do a better job than Lampard?" Like,
I
He's
think.
defending his nephew there, though.
Yeah,
That's what I
a good
thought.
point.
I thought he's gonna stick up for his nephew, isn't he?
So Bale looks like he's coming on, isn't he?
Anyway, you don't spend 250 million.
No. I'm not having this 250 million. They sold Costa, they sold Morata, they sold Hazard. It wasn't 250 million net. I'm not having this.
Not net, but spent in the summer, on
But you've got to, when you sell, you've got to buy again. So when you count up what their net spend was, it's less than Liverpool's. Their net spend is less than Liverpool's this summer.
I'm counting how much they've spent, and he spent a lot of money.
Yes, because they managed to get some money from other players.
Yeah,
They're linked with Haaland today,
Net
aren't they,
spend
Chelsea?
is
Yeah, I
important.
saw that.
It's important to take into account net spend. Otherwise it's redundant. Because if you buy one player for 80 million, but you've sold 500 billion worth, well, you've got to take that into account. Net worth is important.
Brought in a lot of new players, right? And he was 9th. Of course, Roman was going to sack him. Chelsea fans thinking, "Oh, Roman's going to give him time." No, when Roman splashes the checkbook and you don't perform, he's giving you the P45. He doesn't care if you're a Chelsea legend.
Well, actually, in all fairness, Roman's not been like that recently.
He did it to Roberto Di Matteo. It said it all.
But Roberto, he's not been like this recently, Abramovich. He's been more patient.
14
Sarri was
managers in
not
18
sacked.
years.
Sarri wasn't sacked.
I think he would have
Sarri
been
wasn't
sacked.
sacked.
If he didn't.
He might have been, but to consider any other season.
Had to go either way.
Yeah, I know, but even before then, Roman Abramovich and any other season before that, Sarri wouldn't have lasted till the end of the season. Without doubt. Even Conte, when Conte fell out with the board, he wouldn't have lasted in normal circumstances. Abramovich is not trigger friendly like he used to be.
Oh,
So that's why this is a surprise that Lampard was sacked.
not a surprise to me.
It wasn't a surprise.
No, okay. It's not a surprise, but it's more of a surprise than usual. Now, when you say that you don't care about net spend, you've got to take that into account. You've got to. You can't ignore it. You can't ignore it.
Spend, but in
Well, he's only been there 6 months with those players. Then you can't expect £250 million worth of players, and Frank Lampard, he's got it up and running no problem.
Well, Well, the thing is, right? Yeah.
Well,
like,
yeah, that's it though. That's why they shouldn't have sacked him.
there are many
Because they
things
haven't
that
given him
led
enough time.
to Frank Lampard's demise, and it's quite ironic that it was player power that got him out. Because I swear, him, John Terry, Drogba, Czech, I swear they got many managers sacked.
I didn't hear player
Chelsea.
power.
So
I
it's
didn't hear player
quite
power at all.
ironic that player power booted him out the door.
I didn't hear a single report saying it was player power that got Frank Lampard sacked this time.
Apparently, Rudiger, Alonso, Kepa all went to
Yeah,
office. Apparently, he's had
It was
numerous falling outs with.
there has been. I have read this. I have read
Marina,
this.
like he got all the players in, then he still wanted Declan
Yeah, he
Rice.
didn't.
They were
He didn't get the players he wanted in.
Yeah, wanted Declan Rice, and the board would like, look what we've got you. You can manage that Declan Rice. Apparently, he was still asking.
I admit
about
that
Declan Rice in January.
Lampard did a lot wrong in his time as manager. I get that, and
He never got the job in the first place. I know I called it on Let's Talk Sport a couple of years ago, like, oh, when Sarri goes, Lampard's getting the job. But like, he was never ready for the job.
No, he wasn't. But you don't say no to it, do you? I mean, this is what we mentioned last week, isn't it?
Well, it's the same as but it's the same as Solskjaer and Arteta, isn't it? You know, they get offered the job, they're not going to say no.
At Barca, and went, no thanks, I'll be back when I'm ready for it. Gerrard left. He was at Liverpool's under-18s, and then he was like, yeah, I'm off to Rangers to cut my teeth, and he's going to win a trophy.
But it's like Pirlo, isn't it, at Juventus? It's another one. It's hard to say no.
As like the under-23s coach. It's like,
yeah, but it's still. Come on, it's not experience though, is it? It's just. It just shows you can manage a youth group, which is completely different.
That Lampard got sacked, and like it does not surprise me. When Roman,
I think Lampard should have had more. I mean, look, hindsight is a wonderful thing, but I do think Lampard should have just stayed at Derby for another year.
Yeah.
And get them up.
Like that job would have cut. Like I know, like you don't turn Chelsea down. Chelsea go through managers so quickly. Like he was going to get that job in a couple of years anyway.
Yeah, but what if he did bad in his second season at Derby and got them near the relegation zone? You also got to trust yourself in that moment, haven't you, and back yourself, because anything can go wrong, and we've seen that with managers before and players. So you've got to back yourself when the moment comes around. I think we'd have criticised him if he hadn't backed himself.
Yeah, apparently senior players didn't like that youth players were favoured. The new signings agents, Czech had to speak to the new players' agents because they were...
Yeah, that I heard.
And stuff. So there was a mixture of things that was leading, and like they didn't like the fact that...
How does Tuchel deal with that?
Plays in press conferences and stuff like that. So it was a mixture of things.
Yeah, but Tuchel's not better for that. Tuchel's probably a better tactician and a better coach, but Tuchel said days before sacked by Paris, I want to coach, I don't want to deal with players' political problems in the club. And what did Chelsea have? Well, they have a lot of hierarchy political problems. Doesn't sound like it's the perfect match, and that's why I also guess he's got 18 months and not longer.
He's got 18 months with an option for a
yes,
year.
Yes, but
good from the club because I reckon he gets a. I wouldn't say he gets a free hit because it would not be surprised. Like, it would not surprise me if he doesn't get top 4 and Chelsea go P45 and only pay him off a year. Like, it wouldn't surprise me. But
I don't know. I think he's going to fall out with them before the 18 months are up.
But it depends. Like so far, like I watched part of the Wolves game. Okay, it was a 0-0 draw, but like, I liked some of the stuff I saw.
Yeah, I thought it was a decent 0-0 considering there was a 0-0 and considering it was Wolverhampton.
It was absolute crap.
He looked shocked when he was substitute, didn't he?
Yeah, Hudson-Odoi at wing back. I don't think he'll stick with 3 at the back, to be honest.
I think he will. I think he will stick with that. Because it's the only way to really fit Kai Havertz in there. Kai Havertz with Ziyech, it wasn't the greatest day yesterday, but Kai Havertz showed spurts of being the player that we've waited for.
I feel like that wasn't a Lampard signing, that Havertz. I reckon Chelsea...
No, but I guess when they say you can have Kai Havertz, you don't say no, do you? You don't say no.
That they had the money, and Kai Havertz is one of the hottest young talents in the European football, realise that we've got all this money, clubs aren't going to be able to afford him, so let's get him. Without thinking about how he's going to fit in.
Alisson comes out for a dangerous header there.
4-3-3 with the 2 8s. I thought would have worked, but Kante's not as young as he once was, and Kante in a single pivot.
They should have sold Kante last season.
Jurgen Klopp must be trolling Jose Mourinho
Looks like it, yeah.
because he's going to bring on Divock Origi.
Yay!
I think we're settled on the 3-1 at this point, aren't we?
At the moment, yes.
Doesn't seem
Yeah,
like
I
anything
think
else
so.
is going to come from it.
Spurs have been poor.
Yeah.
Yes, but I think they've been worse in the second half because
Still,
it looks
I mean,
like it's been go for attack rather than no actual identity.
I still like.
Firmino.
I do like Mourinho, but I still question the
So
whole
that's a bit
Spurs movement.
outdated.
I just think as soon as he knows that his 4-2-3-1 isn't working, does he know what to resort to? And
No.
maybe
Bale
not.
dropping in at like DM to pick up the ball.
Because when he's managed to make his tactics work, it's usually the same 4-2-3-1 that works either deeper or higher up. But there he's gone for I don't know what. I think he just said everyone go on Liverpool's back line and just hope that the ball goes over. What is that from Bale? Oh my God, it's not even to anyone.
And another stat for you: Liverpool have had more goals disallowed through VAR decisions this season than any other team in the whole of last season.
Okay, but
Right?
yeah,
What's that mean?
if they are offside, then they're offside.
No offside. Yeah.
If it's a rightful decision, then I don't think we can complain. Liverpool, I can stay in the goalpost and be offside all the time and continue scoring, and it just accumulates those statistics. Does it mean anything?
Nah, not really. I just saw another thing. So like someone put on Twitter, equal game in the first half, but the second half, the Spurs' defence has been shit. If Eric Dier is a centre back, then I'm the lead singer of Little Mix.
Which actually they've split up, haven't they?
Yeah.
No, I think Jesse left.
So you're going to be the next Jesse. Jesse Lingard. Anyway, what do you call it? In terms of that stat, though, I guess it kind of means your team has a lot of chances, maybe.
Well, yeah, expected goals. Liverpool are top of the table. I think actually it might be City.
I will have a look. I think City are the league's top goal scorers now. I think because City have been spanking a couple of teams recently.
Yes, that's very true. But I know that Liverpool always top with chances created. Yeah, it's Man City then Liverpool. Yeah. Aston Villa are third though. So
yeah, Villa got a couple of games in hand.
You want to know who's man of the match?
As well. Go on.
Trent Alexander-Arnold's been given man of the match.
Is he
I know, but when you think about it, he is decisive.
Yeah.
The assist and the goal makes him decisive. Without Trent Alexander-Arnold tonight, theoretically, they draw. Tonight they win comfortably. I know it's a bit of a stretch, but
he was poor first half, but the second half he's been much better.
Yeah.
He has been better, yeah, of course.
Gave him a rocket and said this poor form's going to end.
Well, yeah, it's been waiting. We've been waiting for it, haven't we? I don't know if I'm extremely down on confidence, and when I score a goal, I embrace it like Alexander-Arnold does. Like, yeah, I did that.
Well,
the celebration.
Well, this result, should it stay like this, will either do one or two things: kick Liverpool into gear, to propel themselves back in the title race, or they're going to have a really bad performance against West Ham, and then they'll be back to type.
It's a tough game, West Ham.
The big teams, but against the smaller teams, they piss around with it, and it's a draw.
So Trent Alexander-Arnold tonight has lost the ball only 16 times, which is a lot better than his other games. If you take the other Premier League games of 2021, he's lost the ball, I think, a minimum 27 times a game. Or even, that's the lowest one out of all the other three games. There's also the fact that he's got one cross successful out of 5 attempted.
I think the game changed for Spurs when Kane
5 minutes at a time.
Can we talk about that back pass from Milner to Son? That was something else. Son's looked off it tonight.
5 minutes added on, so.
And Phillips doing the job, eh? Phillips doing the job tonight. I don't think Phillips.
He's done all right. He's done well, yeah.
I've questioned why Klopp prefers Williams over Phillips.
I don't understand why he does.
Probably his ability on the ball.
Oh, come on, but no, Williams' ability on the ball.
But I expect Phillips to start against West Ham and have a good game because
Well,
when the ball, he's really good.
Yeah, but then you've got Antonio, who's, just a nightmare.
Is he fit? Oh my god, not Antonio.
I think he is fit, isn't he?
Yeah, I think
could be wrong, but he's a handful. And Bowen's getting into the game now as well, so someone who drops off the striker like that could be a problem for Phillips and, let's just say, Fabinho or Matip.
No, it's going to be Henderson, mate. Matip won't make it. What, you think Matip's going to make it to the West Ham game? No, he's out for a couple of weeks now.
Listen, I don't know.
That's been done for 2 weeks, Seb.
I don't know. I'm just saying ifs and buts.
It's probably going to be Henderson Phillips for me. That's what will be the.
How much is Bale on at Tottenham? How much are Tottenham paying to his salary?
Half his, I think it's like 250, 300.
God,
they're paying 250.
Ridiculous.
Because I know.
I can't see it being made permanent.
No. Apparently, Bale said he wants to go back to Madrid.
Goodbye.
So he's going to sit on the bench, annoy Zidane, and play golf. That's all he's going to do.
That's all he's going to do.
They'll terminate his contract before that happens, I guess.
He's going to play for Spurs to try and get into the Euro squad for Wales. Like, he only turns up just so he can go with Wales, because Wales are never going to drop him.
No, but he's good for Wales. That's the problem. That's what's really weird.
Wales golf Madrid, isn't it? Wales golf Madrid.
Yeah. I think it's golf, and then it's Wales, then it's
Madrid.
No,
it's Wales before golf.
Actually, I believe Madrid isn't even on the list anymore. It's Spurs now.
Yeah.
Anyway, Luke, you haven't given me your PS10 yet. Always, Seb. Come on.
Your what? PS10?
I will.
I haven't got a PS10.
Send me it now. No, PSN.
Yes.
PSN name.
I don't even know. I have to turn it on to see what it is. I don't even know what it is.
I'm going to message your WhatsApp then.
You're a good man. I will add you when I'm next on, which will be in a few days probably.
I'll just DM'd you. Don't show anyone.
Altanet257.
Yeah, boy.
The steely stare of Jose Mourinho, scowling on the touchline.
So Spurs have actually dominated possession in the second half.
I do not understand the Pochettino stuff.
So Spurs have had 53% of possession in the second half, which not exactly shocking, but they've done nothing with it. When you look in the second half, they've had 1 attempt on goal, whereas Liverpool have had 7. Yeah, this match has fizzled out, let's just say.
Yeah.
I'm ready for bed.
I'm getting there too.
I'm buzzing.
You can tell the neutrals are here, right?
It's the first time we've done a live stream where I'm actually going to finish it with a smile.
Wait, you're telling me you've not been enjoying our streams? I mean,
no, I think
Joe Stanley, you're the only one who would have said that. I mean, we have to recheck your values. You know.
I've enjoyed doing the streams, I've just not enjoyed the results at the end of the Liverpool games.
Seb and Luke, I just can't believe what he's saying.
We get it. You don't have to. You've dug yourself in the grave, Joe.
He's dug himself 2 graves. One if he comes back to life, and then the second for when he dies again. I'm sorry, Joe. That's just really harsh now.
We're messing with you, Joe.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know anymore. They're showing Jesse Lingard's great Premier League goals at United, and I'm just watching them now. There are some good ones, if I can remember. That turn against Chelsea wasn't bad.
That tapping against Leicester last season.
I was about to say when he tackles Michael.
Someone had a bet that Jesse Lingard wouldn't get the goal or an assist in the Prem.
Yes, and he got it on the last day.
He got it on the last day. Someone put a bet.
Yeah, he was set to win quite a big hefty amount, wasn't he? That guy.
Just cash out early. Just cash out.
I think he'll do well at West Ham.
I don't.
Well, it's apparently not his ability that's got him off the pitch. He's got personal problems, hasn't he? This is all again.
Yeah, he's had it for over a year though.
I don't know. We don't know the full extent, and I can't assume either. But if it's personal issues and not footballing ones, then it.
We have 3 points.
Yes.
Wijnaldum doing
back
okay.
in the race. No, we're not. No, we're not.
We're back in the race, boys.
I think you are.
I think they're
Picked ourselves up after that
Wait
little
until
stumble and we're back
West
up in that
Ham
race.
game.
Yeah, Rigi's done okay. I've been in and out.
I won't say we're back in the race until
Not
they
Rigi,
sort
sorry,
out
Wijnaldum.
West Ham.
I don't recall Wijnaldum losing the ball too much. Not too much done either. It was okay.
Arsenal United this Saturday.
That'll be a good game.
The game come on the Arsenal.
There's been a goal at the Emirates, but for who, Jamie Davies?
I'm hoping it'll be United every time, but we'll see.
2 minutes
The
ahead.
thing is though, the problem is with United is we don't have many goals in us, so I'll be very surprised if we score more
There's
than
been a
one
goal in Leverkusen, but for who, Seb Drew?
And then Adam
I'm
Davis for Bromley.
I'm expecting a lot of goals from Leverkusen this weekend. Don't
Been a
know
goal
why.
down at Bromley, but for who, Adam?
Adam Lallana. Oh, great. Adam Davis has done it again.
Hey.
When he randomly said Adam Lallana's name last week, and I was like, what?
I'm sure. Yeah, I was like, oh, it's actually happened again.
It's like the most random orgasm ever. Adam Lallana.
Oh, we
Yes.
love Adam. We certainly do. Well, yeah, that's
So
it.
It's just the way it come out of it. It just went, Adam Lallana, what are you talking about?
Adam, how was your meal yesterday? Adam Lallana. Yeah, of course, we get it.
You could imagine if you actually met Adam Lallana once and he actually comes out with the wrong name.
Yes.
He goes, Adam Davis, Adam Lallana.
Absolutely brilliant. Well, anyway, that as Joe mentioned, it's full time at Tottenham Hotspur. It's ended Tottenham Hotspur 1, Liverpool 3, and Liverpool finally getting some goals again in 2021, which is exactly what they needed to, in my eyes, get themselves back in this title race. Luke, you didn't get to see much, did you? You had to rely on Joe Stanley to tell you what would happen because he was in the future. So, Luke, from what the future was given by Joe, was it a bright one?
Hello,
Good one.
Subsy. Sorry,
Oh.
got the dog of Let's Talk Sport on.
It's like the Blue Peter dog.
So relieved for what a league game in 2021. It was a good game. A bit scrappy at places, but yeah, Liverpool probably deserved to win, and a win on the board, especially after United's result yesterday and Leicester and Everton drawing. I'm not going to get too ahead of myself yet. I need to see another performance like that against West Ham. I need to get the ball rolling, because I hope this is not just a one-off and Liverpool raise it for the big teams. When it's the smaller teams, we go, yeah, let's piss about, boys, and then we end up losing and drawing a game. Because if we can now put a run of results together, then it could propel us back in the title race. Yet again, you see Matip walking off, and you see, oh, that's Liverpool's last senior centre back, and he's injured. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see Nat Phillips and Jordan Henderson line up again. So.
Joe, it's exactly what Klopp needed, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's exactly what we needed. Yeah, we needed a win and fast to get the monkey off our backs, really, because there's all that pressure because we hadn't won in 4 or 5 league games now, and to finally get that win and away to Tottenham, who were breathing down our necks by a point. Now it's 4 points and they've got the game in hand. So
yeah,
it was important to get that win to A, end that bad run of form, and B, extend that gap behind Tottenham, and also close the gap on the likes of Leicester City, Manchester United and Manchester City, who are above us at the moment in the league, and drag ourselves back into this title race.
Seb, it's I don't know about Spurs. There wasn't really much for them to shout about tonight. I mean, okay, Son had a goal disallowed, which a lot of people thought it was still a little bit harsh, but VAR I guess might have been correct. I didn't see it, but it was very, very close, literally a tic-tac. But apart from that and the Hojbjerg goal, it wasn't really much to shout about for Spurs, and really their season's just it's looking a bit typical again, despite the fact that they're in a League Cup final.
I guess, yeah, but there was a lot of problems with Spurs tonight. I thought they looked like even Liverpool, I didn't think were fully, how do I say, they weren't in top gear there, but yet Liverpool managed to open up Spurs, which I'd find more worrying than anything else. I was intrigued before the match to see how a midfield three of, say, Ndombele, Hojbjerg, and I don't know who else, maybe Sissoko, but he wasn't playing. Anyone else to cut open that midfield of Liverpool. They did early on, which got the Son goal. It was offside. But then after that, Liverpool just managed to drop off. They read that straight away, and Spurs couldn't do anything else after that. They got the Hojbjerg goal. I thought still came out of nowhere, but I don't think they managed to find out how to break down Liverpool's defence or even midfield. So, yeah, it seemed too easy to play against Spurs tonight, despite Spurs not being as bad as we may say. It just seems easy to play against them, which I don't think Jose Mourinho would like.
Looking at the table, I think it's updated now since the result, which is, oh, hang on, it's just disappeared on me. Man City top after their incredible win over, I say incredible, but a bit of a thrashing they gave West Brom back on Tuesday night, 5-0. That certainly made the goal difference go a little higher, and they're now on 41 points. Another straight win for them, which really, I think we can all agree here that Man City are the favourites if we're talking about current
Can I just
form.
intervene? Their next matches are against Sheffield United and Burnley. Obviously, we know that against Burnley they win 5-0 every time, and Sheffield United bottom.
Will beat them, I'm sure.
And, well, Sheffield United are bottom, so let's be realistic. But then after that in the league, their run is Liverpool, Tottenham, Arsenal, West Ham, Manchester United, which is gonna basically shape out who's going to be first if City are to win this.
We got Man United in second place after that humiliating defeat to Sheffield United. They're now a point behind Man City, and City do have that game in hand as well, which if they do win, they could go 4 points clear. Leicester City with a draw against Everton last night. Not an easy game for them. They're on 39, but in a way, the positive for them is they got a point closer towards United. And Liverpool with that big win tonight over Spurs are now fourth, 2 points ahead of West Ham. Yes, West Ham United are in the top 5 at the moment, which is, I mean, what a season they're having under Moyes, who nobody would have thought they'd have done this well. But they've just actually in the last few hours got Jesse Lingard from Man United on loan till the end of the season. So could that help improve their standings in the league? We'll find out. And Spurs with their defeat tonight. It's actually only their 4th defeat of the season. They've had 9 wins and 6 draws after 19 games, which isn't bad going for Tottenham, but they're behind West Ham and they'll want to change that very quickly. 2 points behind West Ham they are now. So anyway, I think
they're on level on points with Everton in the game ahead, so Everton could jump them.
They certainly could, and Everton under Carlo Ancelotti this season have been a bit unpredictable, but we shall see. Of course, anyway, my thanks to Sebastian True, Luke Tanner and Joe Stanley for this evening's game. A good win for Liverpool over Spurs, and for you folks at home, I'm sure it was a good stream to watch. Hey, I know we're the best, but do give us a like and a subscribe because we always appreciate your support. And of course, there'll be more watch-alongs and Final Whistle show this Saturday. So keep an eye on our Twitter account, Facebook, you name it, all in the details in the description below. So we'll see you next time on